do things like lock up the front brake. Got to learn the turning radius again. It won't let me do the skids, you know, like I want to. So I'm comfortable and relaxed. And what's funny is these bikes, maybe on this traction surface will do it, these bikes will even wheel loft. I'm going to hop over this piece of tape. So, in reality, all the same techniques that I use on the small bike work on the big bike. It's just I'm not going to do them really fast and out of control. So, what we're going to do next, hopefully, and hopefully get a lot of participation, is some of these. Okay, so in this first one, you basically pick a side to go and collect the balls from, and you have to kind of hang on to all of them. So that's 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully you get all of them and you get to trade them here, Curtis, for... Oh. You're gonna over here. Dropping my balls. There you go. 4 inner tubes. Okay. This is where it gets interesting. 1, 2. Oh. So I get 6 points in that one. So that's the first challenge. The second one over here is the Circle of Doom. And the idea on this one is you're going to do a circle around the climb flag. You're basically going to start over here on this side, coming in this way. Actually, we'll do it the other way. We're going the other way. You can't go outside of the green rope when you go in here, and when the first time you go by, you take one of the balls, basically right around the flag, and she's going to move in and make this turning radius a little bit shorter. So now I put it back in. That's 2 points. I pull one out. That's 3. Put it back in. That's 4. Don't make it harder than it is. 5. And pretty soon, even on this thing, I'm going to run out of turning radius. 6. Oh boy. I hit it. Yeah, can't hit him. I lost, so I'm at 6 points on that one. Woo! Our dabbing drill. So this thing, you start out with 5 points, and then for every time your foot touches the ground, you lose 1. You can lose the whole thing right here on the very first part. Or you can skip it if the judges think it's fair. You can skip the first ramp and then just start with 3. So this one, it's just going to ride through this whole little section here. So that, and then you go through the logs like this. And you have to get turned around here to get on this board. This one's a little safer since it's on the ground. I don't know how they score that if you come off. You lose one. And then you're going to ride over the max tracks here. You got to keep your tires on the max tracks the whole time through. And then you're done with that section. So, I don't know how they scored. I wanted to show you one other thing while I'm up here. The funny thing about this part here, whoop, it's a little wobbly. GS kind of broke it a little bit. But I want to show you something about, a lot of riders are inseam challenged. You know, the seat heights in these bikes are often pretty tall. So, let's see if I can get back up in that thing without it falling off. So I'm going to do it safely. I'm going to dab my way up here. So right now, for me, this bike has a very tall seat height. You notice that? But this is where balance becomes very crucial when we're talking about this kind of stuff. Because all of a sudden I've added almost 6 to 8 inches of seat height to it. And let's say by mistake I was on an off-camber hill and I put my foot down on the wrong side and I need to go to the other side. Well, this is where practicing this kind of stuff, and this is something you can practice almost anywhere. You could start by giving your bike an extra inch or maybe 2 inches and work on going from one side of the bike up. Nope. So if this were a very tall seat height bike, you know, because some people do happen to be 5'2", you know, and you have a hard time riding stuff like this. You get comfortable in these awkward positions, and notice where my butt's at and notice where my foot's at. You know, I'm not really, I don't really have a whole lot of leverage in this bike because I can't get my foot that far out. But it's important to feel comfortable in this because it's inevitably at some point or another you're going to have to put your foot down in awkward situations. So this is also something that's really good to practice. See if I can get going again. Oh yeah, I can dab also. And this is what our next drill involves. Okay, so I'll work over here and I'll show you our last little thing here. And so like I was doing there was dabbing. And so in this one you basically get a point for every one of these little cones you can touch with your foot. One. I missed that one. I couldn't see it because of the cylinder head. I'm going to skip that one. Do I get 10? So those are our skills contest things. So who kept track of my score?